Here comes July. Here comes July. Here comes July. Oh my goodness. We are halfway through 2026. Can you believe it? Because I definitely cannot. I feel like the last couple of weeks of June have flown by at such an insane pace. I had one client that I had to reschedule, and we had to schedule it out like 3 weeks ahead. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is so far away. And then it feels like I went to sleep and I woke up the next day, and all of a sudden I'm working with that client. It's just been so wild. I'm curious if you have also been experiencing the the increase. And here we go, getting ready to step into July. So this is going to be going live a couple of days before July actually kicks off, which is a beautiful thing because there is so much to prepare for when it comes to July. If you've been paying attention to astrologers or anything really within the spiritual community over the past couple of weeks, then you've probably heard about what uh how do you even encompass July's energy? I don't know. Transformational, intense, chaotic, overwhelming. We have a massive month ahead. In fact, it is the most intense month of 2026. And so regardless of where you're at or what's going on, I really hope that you prepare yourself and you get educated on what may be coming forward this month. Today, we're going to, of course, dive into the Akashic Records, see what they want to channel forward regarding the energy of July. But besides that, I encourage you to also listen to other channels, listen to astrologers, utilize your discernment in the midst of that because there's always a lot of hype around these things. But I can tell you that my physical body has been feeling this energy oncoming for the last few weeks, and it is intense. I've had to really double down on my grounding practices. I've had to really double down on connecting with myself, just doing the things that really feel good to me. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more as we kind of move further into today. But suffice it to say that July is not a month that you want to step into with closed eyes. It's a huge month. And in that, I definitely encourage you to come back and to tune in to the July Akashic Forecast message throughout July. Whenever you feel lost, whenever you feel overwhelmed, whenever you feel whatever it is, come back and reconnect with it. Because the thing is the Akasha, there is no time as a human construct. And so the Akasha is going to be not only providing like a lifetime type message. And I'm losing my words right now because I'm getting so excited thinking about it. Timeless. Hello, there's my word. A timeless message with you today, but also because I will be opening up the Akashic Records with you. The energy is going to be here. It's going to be present with you. And that means it will ground you, it will center you, and it will come alive for you differently every time you revisit it. So make sure to do that. Okay. So in regards to today, what we're going to do is I'm going to chat with you a little bit on the front end. We're going to talk a bit about June. I'm going to share some really exciting things coming up for July in my own business. Then I'll be opening up the Akashic Records, channeling through the message for you live, and then talking about it a bit on the other end. Now, it's important to understand that I am channeling this for you live, which is wonderful. You get that opportunity. However, because I'm going to be like jumping right out of the records and then kind of talking with you about what came through, it doesn't give me much time to actually sit with it. I'm usually pretty woozy when I get out of the Akashic Records. So I would highly recommend checking out the episode that will go live on my podcast, Soul Driven Podcast, wherever you listen. Okay. Because not only will you get an intro and then, of course, the live reading, but then you'll get a breakdown, and a breakdown that comes from, several days of me sitting with this and just kind of tuning in to what is most important for me to talk to you about in regards to the energy. So make sure to check that out. All right. So let me share with you some exciting events and important things coming up in July. And then we're going to kind of talk about June and then get into what is coming forward for us. So first and foremost, if you would like to attend my monthly Akashic channeling circle, It is the first Thursday of every month. So it's taking place on the 2nd of July this month at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a free event. The only thing that you need to do is join my email list. And I will be sending out the link for that Zoom the morning of. So make sure that you're on my email list. All the links will be below to make it really easy for you. But I'd love to have you. My email list is honestly where I spend the majority of my time outside of my podcast and, of course, being here with you on YouTube. As the world continues changing and things continue getting louder and louder, social media is going to be more and more difficult for us to really connect on. Social media is not what it used to be. And in that, I'm really bringing things in close. So when you join my email list, you're going to get 2 emails per week, one every Monday that will give you a link to the newest episode that comes out that week on my podcast, but also a channeled Akashic message for the week ahead. It's short, it's sweet, it's really simple, and it just kind of like helps to inspire you for the week ahead. And then on Thursdays, that's really where I go deep, talking about the things that I'm learning with my clients, that I'm personally learning. I'll offer up resources, whatever the case may be, what I feel most led to share with you on that day. So it's really beautiful to join my email newsletter community. Number 2, if you'd like to book an Akashic reading with me, you can do so. My books are available on Wednesdays and Fridays. The link will be below. And then last but not least, I am going to be releasing a 20-day series called Reconnect, which is a journey with your inner child back to yourself. Now, this is something that really has been coming to the surface over the past couple of weeks in a number of different ways. And I'm so excited to tell you more about it. I'll probably be making a separate video just to kind of share a little bit more. But suffice it to say that, when we connect with our inner child, we're really working with our subconscious, and we can heal so much on this level. Right now, people are really struggling to be connected to themselves. They're not really sure how to do this. And this is really for anyone, whether you are into the spiritual work or not, because this is based actually, right? It's psychology. Connecting with your inner child is a practice that I utilize often with my mentorships clients. However, I have been called to bring this forward in a completely different way. So we're going to be meeting live twice over this 21 days. And every single day, you're going to get a little practice and a little activity. So it'll be like 5 to 10 minutes per day. But the point being, by the time you move through this program, you are going to feel reconnected to yourself in a way that you haven't been in a long time. This is work I do myself, and it affects every area of your life, your career, your relationships, your sex life, like every area of your life. Okay. So look for more information on that. Make sure you join my email list because I don't have dates just yet since I'm recording this early, but point just being, it's coming and I can't wait. And I'd love to have you on this journey. Okay. So let's get into today. If you are brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are into the Akashic Records, if you want, spiritual guidance, whatever the case may be, please subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, say hello, whatever the case may be. I have been sharing weekly videos, and the majority of my work really comes through the Akashic Records, but it's also really rooted in the spiritual lessons that I have learned in my honestly lifelong journey of spirituality. I feel that I was born into this lifetime. I know that I was born into this lifetime, knowing God, having a relationship with God. And to me, God is love. And right now, honestly, there's nothing that we need more than being connected to our spiritual selves, because, when life is just about the 3D, just about the exterior world, it's pretty empty, right? We may have someone beautiful at our side. We may be doing things that we really love, but if we aren't fulfilled from our core, then there's going to be a part of us that's always searching and seeking. And again, these times are meant to distract us. They're meant to disconnect us from ourselves. And so having that spiritual connection is huge. And I bring that forward in a number of different ways. My work within the Akashic Records has been kicking off since the early part of 2020. I actually connected with the Akasha in 2019. It's a whole story. You can check out episode 199 on the Soul Driven podcast if you really want to learn more. There's also another video I put here on YouTube. I probably should talk about that one. But if you really want to kind of like dive a bit deeper on the Akashic Records, then I highly recommend checking out episodes 169 to 172 on the Soul Driven podcast, simply because you can learn all about the Akasha, my relationship with them, who can work in the Akasha, a number of different things. I will have videos of that coming forward for you for YouTube. There's only so much time in the day, right? So when I open up the Akashic Records for these monthly forecasts, I do so for the listeners of the Soul Driven podcast, those of you here on YouTube, my email audience, it's all under the umbrella of the Soul Driven Collective, which is my business's name. So it's everyone who's coming in and connecting with me there. So it doesn't matter whether you are brand new to my work or you come across this years down the road, this is for you and there's something here for you, regardless of when you come to it, okay? The Akashic Records are basically a beautiful library of energetic records. And when I access the Akashic Records, I actually shift into a higher dimension and I'm able to access things past, present, future there. That's part of why I'm all woozy when I get out of the Akasha, because I come back down into the 3D, into my body, and it's a very different experience. So when I do readings for clients, I'm very much there and present in the midst of the whole reading. And as soon as I come back into my body and close the records, I don't really remember much of anything. And that's beautiful in the way it's meant to be. But that's also why I recommend checking out the full episode on the Soul Driven podcast, because even though I'll be channeling this for you live today and being able to share some with you, it really usually takes me like a couple of days. I like to go back and revisit it and look at the transcript and those sorts of things. And speaking of, if you join my email list, then you'll also get the transcript to the forecast message that also goes out as well. So as I mentioned to you, what I'm going to do here in just a moment, I'm going to drink some water and kind of get grounded, get centered. Then I'm going to open up the Akashic Records and we will channel through the message for you of the month. And then I'll be back to kind of talk with you a little bit about it. So I don't think there's anything else I need to say. No, I think we're good. Okay. Gonna have some water. All right. So just give me a moment or two to really get centered in myself, and then we'll get going. The Holy Spirit of God, please help me to share the message that the masters, teachers, and loved ones have for the Soul Driven Collective's audience to keep me in your light so I may help guide and teach your full potential. Being guided and protected by Guru energy and the Holy Spirit of God, keeping all forms of self-centeredness aside, I enter the Soul Driven Collective's audience's records by the grace of God and Holy Spirit. I enter the Soul Driven Collective's audience's records by the grace of God and Holy Spirit. The records are now open. Master teachers, loved ones, please channel through practical, clear, useful information for us today. Thank you. Okay. July, the month ahead, the energy that we're stepping into, the benefits, the challenges, what we most need to be aware of. What is our July Akashic Forecast message? Raining down, thunderbolts, lightning, explosions off in the distance. So many things happening. It's going to feel as if the earth beneath you is cracking wide open, as if there is fire underneath and it is coming through. It is burning the underside of your feet. You feel this warmth creeping up through your legs, higher and higher, finding its way through your body as it lights you up in a way that it never has before. For you are a lightning rod this month, one who carries so much energy within you simply because your feet are planted on the ground. You are feeling all that is taking place within, all of the pain, all of the wounding, all of the chaos, all of the disheveled goings on that are taking place on the planet at this time. For so many things are coming to the surface. Truths are being revealed, left and right. Every day you feel as if there is something a bit heavier weighing upon you, sitting steadily on your back. You try to carry it through life. You try to move through as if you have before, but it's not working. Something is pulling you back. Something is pushing you down because there is so much. This month, you're going to see what that is more clearly. It's going to be a very dynamic month that is going to call forward from you strength you didn't know you had, from places you didn't know it was stored. So too is it going to show you your weaknesses. There's going to be a great dichotomy about this month, and that you're going to get pushed back and forth from one side to another. One day you'll feel light and easy as if everything is good again. And the next day you'll be plunged underneath the water, unable to see ahead, unable even to breathe. For there will be so much energy pulsating through your body. You must get grounded. You must get grounded so that you can be clear, so that you can be discerning. For your discernment is going to be of utmost importance this month. So many things are going to be thrown at you. You're not going to be quite sure of what to take in, what to look away from, what is truth, what is fact, what is lies, what is manipulation. Understand that those in power are beginning to shake at their very root. They're beginning to understand that the world is awakening in a way that it never has before. It is saying no. It is putting its foot down. And in that, the evil that weaves its way through so much on this planet is beginning to fear something that it didn't know it was quite possible of. Therefore, in that, understand that they will unleash something big, something meant to distract you, something meant to fill you with fear, something meant to take you off track. It's going to come forward this month. It's going to overtake you. You're going to feel as if you can't move forward anymore. But you will need to. You will need to remember who you are. You will need to remember what you are made of. You will need to remember you chose to be here during these times. You are meant to play a part, regardless of what that part looks like. And right now, every piece of light on this planet is being called to the forefront, for it must. It is needed and required in these times to push back against the darkness that wishes to take over. But understand that the game has changed. While they have been able to be in power so many times before, to take over populations, to quiet countries, whole civilizations, that will not happen this time around. But this is the month where they're going to start truly kicking back, bringing out the big guns, as they say, testing their limits, seeing what you are made of. Understand that while the world is crackling around you, the only thing that you can control is yourself, is the energy that is within yourself. Therefore, it is of utmost importance for you to care for self, to care for self in a way that you haven't been, or certainly to take it more seriously this month, simply because it's going to give you the clarity you need, the ability to stand up, the foundation to stand upon, one that allows you to stand tall and to ride above the fray that will be going on beneath you. Who are you? Who do you want to be in these times? Do you want to be someone who gets caught up in all the noise and the stories and the ideas about what is taking place? Or do you want to be part of the creators who come together, who envision something greater and begin putting this into practice in their own lives, then in the communities around them? And this begins shifting and changing everything. Understand there are examples of this on the earth right now, people whom you can look to be great examples. But do not put anyone on a pedestal. And if you find yourself in this place, make sure to change it immediately. For as the truth continues rising, you're going to find out more and more about the people that perhaps you used to look up to, perhaps you used to wish to be like, perhaps you used to love. Understand that these times are bringing out the worst in so many, for they do not have the tools nor the spiritual connection to ride these times. Therefore, be aware of others around you and do your very best to not only protect your peace, but also your sanity, and to not allow these people into your life any more than need be. You must protect your energy. You must take care of yourself. Understand that this month is going to throw everything at you in a variety of ways. And ultimately, it will show you the base and the core, the relationship that you have with yourself. Therefore, keep your eyes wide open. Pay attention to how you move through this month, the signs and the signals that come forward, for they will tell you important things about how you will navigate the times to come. Understand that there is something dying this month, while more is being rebirthed. Allow yourself the space and the grace to see this from a distance, to know what is taking place. This can only be done through the care of yourself, through the care of yourself. Thank you. Records not closed on men. Records not closed on men. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Records not closed on men. Okay. So as you probably could hear, there's a lot of urgency, a lot of force, a lot of intensity behind the things that I channeled and kind of like what came through in that message. When I first started channeling, the big imagery that I saw was kind of like a burning city, um, things burning down, and like literally the earth burning from within, coming up through the ground. It felt like the intensity and the energy of this month is going to be all around us. You know, different months leading up to July have been readying us for this in one way or another. Our nervous systems every single month have been acclimating to higher and higher and higher. And this month is really going to activate everything. It's going to activate our physical body. It's going to activate our emotional and energetic bodies, the things that are within. And it's certainly going to be activating the world around us in a really huge way. Discernment is just going to be enormous this month in regards to how to move through July. And that's going to be partly because the noise of the outside world is going to explode. Social media is going to get so loud. Media is so loud. The news, like all of it's so loud, and we have to really be discerning about what we're taking in right now energetically. What is really aligned for us? What messages do we need to hear? Because everybody's going to have different messages. And, the Akasha I think the Akasha has always kind of talked about this relationship with self, but it has really ramped up in this prayer year. And I believe for reasons such as these times, the thing is if we don't know ourselves and we aren't connected with ourselves, then we're going to be looking for answers outside of ourselves. We're going to be looking for someone to come in and save us. In the episode that I released last week, 319, the hidden ways that you are giving away your power. Highly recommend checking that out because these are things that are happening in our everyday, and you are not aware of the fact that you're just doling out your energy to things in the exterior world. And this month is going to require every bit of your energy. I would highly recommend being very mindful about what you plan for yourself this month. And that you really ensure that you only take on the things that feel most aligned, most helpful for you, because it's just going to be so much. And even in difficult times, we can thrive. Even in the midst of chaos, we can do so much. We are capable of so much. But that only depends on the solid foundation that is within. How solid is it? How much do you trust yourself? How much can you lean in, tune in to the stillness within when the outside world gets so loud? How comfortable do you feel with yourself, right? All of these different things. It's honestly difficult for me to find words to what we're stepping into this month because it is so much. I feel that we need to be extra mindful about news stories. I feel that there's a really good chance that we're going to be seeing some fake events happening in the collective. And this could be fake news. This could be a number of different things. But it is meant to scare us. Because I literally saw it was like the people who are in charge on this planet, okay? They've been in charge for centuries and centuries and centuries. Really, I mean, for an enormous amount of time. And they have seen humanity go through these different evolutions. And ultimately, they've won every single time in one way or another. But this time is different. This time, we are more conscious, we are more aware, we're standing up differently. There are more people on the planet than ever right now who are connecting to the light within, who are connecting to God, i.e., love, who are seeing and able to handle truth. And I don't think I can overly emphasize the importance of that because truth has always been available. We haven't been able to face it. We haven't been able to deal with it. But we are in a place collectively where we are better able to not only be open and take it in, but also begin thinking about how are we going to change this? What needs to happen? We're still in this state of awareness. Okay. These things are coming into our awareness, how our governments work, the people behind the scenes, like so many different things, right? We are still being inundated with the reality of our reality. And we need to be patient with ourselves. And we really need to take care of ourselves in the midst of that because it's huge. And I can tell you, I've incarnated on earth many times, and I am very aware of the evil and the darkness. I am not easily surprised by humanity, but it still has been so much for my own system to take on. And I still have to put limits, and I still have to ask myself, wait a minute, Anna, why are you watching this video? Or why are you doing this thing? Because I also have to manage my energy. And I encourage you to do the same. We aren't here to fight every battle. We're here to fight our own first and foremost. And then, of course, once that begins taking place, we naturally begin affecting the world around us. It's different for every single one of us. You know what that call is within you. But if you don't know where to start, it is within you. So please make sure to come over and check out the episode on the Soul Driven podcast, because this is a message that I really can't wait to sit with again and again, because there was so much coming at me as I was channeling it in the midst of it. And it's honestly hard to speak into again because it feels like so much. And so I'm going to need a couple of days to really kind of like go through it and sit with my guides and those sorts of things. So make sure to come check out the Soul Driven podcast. Definitely join my email list for all the goodies. Book an Akashic session with me if that aligns, or definitely make sure to keep your ears tuned for this upcoming 21-day series, Reconnect. I cannot wait. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your time with me. Please be sure to share it with someone who could benefit. And don't forget, when we invest in ourselves, the world benefits. Until next time.